Hello, my name is Sky Bradley, and this is my video project for GRI 201. Okay, so I just wanted to start off by saying that this was probably one of the most challenging semesters that I've had out of my entire college career. And while I have taken other diversity courses in my past, none of them ever urged me to elaborate on certain topics that we would discuss in class. So initially coming into this class, I was kind of terrified. I didn't want to really vocalize some of the opinions or beliefs that I held on to because I wasn't sure if whatever I thought would offend anybody, just because we have such a mixed group. And I think part of that comes from some deep-rooted issues and some traumas that I've experienced within the past couple of years, which I have talked about in my essays and identity check-ins. But because there was that barrier holding me back, I did not want to talk. And saying that out loud now, it's crazy because I think I'm a very open-minded person, and I've definitely come a long way, but that's just how I felt. And I remember the first couple of classes that I attended, I was determined not to say a word. Like, I did not want to participate whatsoever. And I remember one class specifically when we were going around the room and rereading like summaries from an article, and I think I was probably one of the last people to get called on, and for some odd reason it gave me the worst anxiety, just like the buildup of it all. But it makes no sense because it was literally just a summary. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic, but yeah, I feel like I have come a long way, and I've definitely gotten over some of those fears that I had initially because of this class and because of my HTFS 438 class, which is Ethnic Families in America. Both classes have encouraged me to speak about these issues that we experience every day. Okay, so I'm gonna elaborate on what I meant by issues that we experience every single day. I've mentioned this a couple of times throughout the semester, I'm sure, but I am in a multicultural sorority. It's called Lambda Phi Xi, and it's pretty self-explanatory, but we celebrate diversity of all kinds. Race, religion, political affiliation, economic standing, age, size, and sexual preference. So while we do celebrate diversity and all of these different identities, there's still not enough talk going on about what's happening in our world. I think I've learned more in this semester than I have in my entire life. For instance, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, and the citizens over there can move here legally but can't vote. Hurricane Maria, which also impacted Puerto Rico a lot, left the island with no power, no water, no help from hospitals, and everybody over here had no contact with them because we could not reach them. How are they going to be U.S. territory and we can't even help? We can't even provide help. There were a lot of issues that I learned this semester and had the privilege to develop my own opinions about. I felt like I had more of a voice and that what I had to say mattered. And that's why I'm infinitely grateful, because there is a lot of wrong going on. Not even in our country or surrounding areas, but within the campus. This class taught me that there's hate being spread every day, like every single day. My last recollection of anything that was remotely similar to what's still being spread around was when the swastikas were spray painted in the Church Fine Arts building. And it's disheartening to come into class and see that people are still hanging up posters that are racist. And I don't mean to dwell on this subject talking about how much hate is being thrown around, but I do think the first step in taking action is to at least acknowledge it. because if we keep sweeping things under the rug, they'll never get resolved. And I feel like there are a lot of ignorant people in the world who just choose not to educate themselves on these issues. And I'm definitely one to blame here because, as I already mentioned, these past few months alone have taught me so much, which is why I want to continue to learn about what's going on in the news and all of these events that are taking place everywhere. So I guess that's kind of the point that I was trying to get at, is that there's obviously a lot of work that needs to be done, but we really do have an impact. And even if you do think that you're just one person and that you won't make a change, you definitely will. And I think finding your voice is where you should start. And that was the end of my video. Thank you.